Do you have trouble with the idea of sharing detailed financial records with a stranger? Welcome. My name is Ed Zinkiewicz, and I have a tip for you. You can trust somebody with the name Fiduciary. So I brought one of those along today to talk to you about what that means. This is my friend Jerry Moore. He's my financial advisor, and he knows what fiduciary means and is going to explain it to us. Go for it, Jerry. You have your work cut out for you.
Happy to, Ed. Thank you. The fiduciary standard of care requires that a financial advisor operate solely in the client's best interest when offering customized financial advice. And so this is different than the suitability standard of care that would require a financial advisor offer products or investments that are suitable regardless of whether or not it's the best option for the client. A common example might be a situation where there's a choice to be made between a higher cost and a lower cost investment for a client, assuming they both can do the job for the client. The fiduciary would be required to offer the lower cost investment option. In doing so, the fiduciary might not make as much of a commission or anything at all, but they've upheld their fiduciary obligation to the client. The flip side of that, if the advisor were operating in a suitability standard of care, then the higher cost and potentially higher commission option would be just fine. So you might be asking yourself, well, okay, how do I know which which standard they're operating under? My answer to that would be just ask them if they're operating under a fiduciary or suitability. Perhaps even have some literature or a document that they can show you that would outline that.
So let me get this right. They're obligated to save you money when they can. Or at least if that's in your best interest in particular, as long as they get what you need to get and help you out that way. Yeah. Whereas somebody else might be interested more in how much money they can make. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's not necessarily true, mind you, but if they have the word fiduciary, who has the word fiduciary?
Yeah, so I would, if you're working or thinking about working with a certified financial planner, for example, by definition, they're going to be fiduciaries. Not only that, a few other things to consider. I'm licensed in all the states that my clients reside in. That's a regulatory requirement, not just for investments, but also for insurance. And a way to verify this licensing on me or anyone would be to go to a website called brokercheck.finra.org, brokercheck.finra.org, type in the advisor's name. In my, say, for example, for me, if you were to type in Jerome Moore, you would see all the states that I'm legally able to conduct business in. You would see all the exams that I've passed, the companies that I've worked for, and any criminal, civil, or regulatory issues or activities that might be out there. It's an incredible tool for the consumer. So I'm licensed in that capacity, but also bonded in the sense that I carry errors and omissions liability insurance. This isn't required by the government, so it would be a good question to ask a potential financial advisor if they have that coverage. And my final thought there on fiduciary would be if the advisor's actions were ever called into question officially and they're operating under the fiduciary standard, then that's the level that their decisions would be judged by.
Well, so if it's a matter of trust, if it's a matter of wanting to extend trust to someone else, ask who they are, what kind of certification they have, and whether or not they're fiduciary. Is that the bottom line?
Yes.
Yes. And you have a higher level of trust under certain conditions. Go for it.
You got a good tip? I'd love to hear it or learn more about your life's successes and celebrate them with you. This is Ed. Leave a comment below or send me an email.